Garmanjoba. So I got a question the other day on one of my platforms that I post videos on. It was about basically summing up how difficult is it to buy property in Georgia? Is it this was from someone in the U.S. I assume because he or she asked, is it as difficult or easier than buying a property in the U.S.? Which I guess they could be from anywhere in the world, but and it doesn't really matter where they're from. But so it's comparing buying property in Georgia to comparing buying property in the U.S. The thing with in Georgia, if you are going to buy property there and you're a foreigner, basically you're going to have to buy in cash. You're not going to get a mortgage. I guess it's possible, but it'd be quite difficult to get a mortgage there. You'd anyway. Then it starts getting complicated, and then it gets more towards like in the U.S. But if you compare buying property in the U.S. with cash or property in Georgia with cash, how do you compare those two? It's still much easier. If I'm buying, and I've done this already, a property in Georgia, I give the guy the cash or the owner of the property cash. We go to the public house, signs it over. Takes I don't want to say it takes 15 minutes like many people say on YouTube or these videos, but basically within waiting time, you're usually not the only one there doing these things. You usually have quite a few people working there, but it can take some time just for that process. But to actually, I will have my property that day. I'd like to say within an hour or two, depending on how busy it is. But it's nothing tricky. You have the form, you give it to the person, you have to wait in line usually. But it will be in my name within an hour or two, if not sooner. Hopefully not much later, but that same day, I'll have my property. So I don't really have to worry going through holding the money, the bank transferring this and that, all these other problems, and deeds and checks and signing it over, and it's just much easier in Georgia. I've done it, so I'm not just following what other people say. I've actually done it, and it's really not a problem at all. There's no hoops to jump through. It's quite simple. It's just a matter of waiting your turn in line, and it's as easy as that. There's no hidden things, no tricks. No, you don't have to deal with the agent. No agent fees. No this and that. You just go with the person who owns the land, sign it over. Everybody's happy. There's the only catch, like anywhere, I guess. Like in the U.S., you gotta make sure the deed. There's no liens against it. No problems with it. That person actually owns it. They can sell it. That's basically the same in Georgia. There's what they call it I don't know if I pronounce it correctly, but custodial code. I think that's proper or correct way to pronounce it. But anyway, there's a code for a property. It's not that difficult. You have it checked. Make sure there's no liens against it. Make sure that person owns it. They can sell it. It's not difficult. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, and that's it. So to answer the question, much easier, but you're going to have to pay in cash or some way that the owner of the property will agree to it, which could be, I don't know what it could be, because I just pay in cash. It's not like, depending on what kind of property you have. I tend to buy properties under 50,000 US, so it's easy for me. I just give them the cash and I get the property. If you're buying something more expensive, you have to have money maybe wired in from your country, or bigger amounts of money. Might make it a little more tricky, more difficult, but that's what you have to arrange with the owner of the property. Otherwise, you give the cash, you get the property. It's quite simple. So there it is, easy to do. I do it all the time. I've bought many properties, so if I can do it, you can do it. That's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you got any questions. Thanks for watching.